Paradise Lost, a shadow over Papua New Guinea. Papua New Guinea, a land of breathtaking beauty, lush rainforests, vibrant coral reefs, and a cultural tapestry woven from 1,000 threads. Yet beneath this idyllic facade, a darkness stirs. A rising tide of violence threatens to engulf this island nation. Crime rates soar, casting a long shadow over PNG's future. Once a beacon of hope in the Pacific, PNG now grapples with a chilling reality. From the highlands to the coast, a climate of fear permeates everyday life. Tribal clashes, once contained within remote regions, now spill into urban centers. The capital, Port Moresby, once a bustling hub, has become synonymous with lawlessness. The statistics paint a grim picture. Murders, robberies, and sexual assaults are alarmingly commonplace. The root causes of this crisis are complex and multifaceted. However, one cannot ignore the stark reality. Papua New Guinea is a nation teetering on the brink. The very fabric of society, held together by tradition and communal bonds, is fraying at the seams. The international community watches with bated breath, hoping against hope for a swift resolution to this escalating crisis. This is not just a story about crime, it is a cautionary tale about the fragility of peace and the high cost of neglect. It is a story that demands attention, understanding, and most importantly, action. The future of Papua New Guinea hangs in the balance, a stark reminder of the challenges faced by nations striving for stability in an increasingly interconnected world. Ancient rivalries, modern weapons, the face of violence in PNG. The surge in violence in Papua New Guinea is not a monolithic entity. It takes on many forms, each more disturbing than the last. Tribal warfare, a vestige of the past, has taken on a terrifying new dimension. Ancient rivalries, fueled by disputes over land, resources, and ancestral grudges, erupt with terrifying regularity. The highlands in particular have become a battleground where modern weaponry amplifies age-old conflicts. In the past, tribal clashes were largely contained affairs governed by customary laws and practices. Today, the influx of high-powered firearms smuggled across porous borders has transformed these conflicts into bloodbaths. Automatic rifles, once the preserve of national armies, are now commonplace in the hands of young men, fueled by a potent cocktail of tradition and testosterone. But violence is not confined to remote villages. It festers in the densely populated urban centers where poverty, unemployment, and social alienation provide fertile ground for criminal gangs. Port Moresby, once a symbol of progress, is now notorious for its rampant crime. Armed robberies, carjackings, and violent assaults are a daily occurrence, leaving residents living in a state of perpetual fear. The government, hampered by corruption and a lack of resources, seems powerless to stem the tide. The police force, understaffed and ill-equipped, is outmatched and outgunned. The justice system, slow and often corrupt, offers little solace to victims. In this climate of lawlessness, it is the ordinary citizens who suffer the most. Seeds of discord, untangling the roots of violence. To comprehend the surge in violence plaguing Papua New Guinea, one must delve into the complex web of factors that have created this perfect storm. At the heart of the issue lies a potent combination of historical grievances, socioeconomic disparities, and the corrosive influence of modernity. Land disputes, often rooted in customary ownership systems that clash with modern legal frameworks, are a major source of conflict. Generations-old claims to territory, exacerbated by population growth and the lure of resource wealth, fuel deadly clashes between clans and tribes. The discovery of gold, oil, and gas reserves, while potentially transformative for the nation, has often served to ignite existing tensions, pitting communities against each other in a scramble for control and profit. But the drivers of violence extend beyond land. Social media, while a powerful tool for communication and connection, has also become a conduit for misinformation and hate speech. Rumors spread like wildfire, inciting violence and exacerbating existing tensions. The rapid dissemination of inflammatory content, often laced with tribalistic rhetoric, has proven difficult for authorities to control, highlighting the challenges of regulating the digital space in a country with limited resources. Compounding these issues is the pervasive problem of weak law enforcement. Papua New Guinea suffers from a chronic shortage of police officers, particularly in rural areas. This lack of capacity, coupled with widespread corruption within the police force, has created a climate of impunity. Criminals, both petty and powerful, often operate with little fear of consequence, further eroding public trust in the justice system. A global stage, international interests and PNG's fragile peace. Papua New Guinea's internal struggles are not confined within its borders. The island nation, strategically located in the heart of the Asia-Pacific region, has become a focal point for geopolitical competition, with major powers like China, the United States and Australia vying for influence. This external interest, while potentially beneficial for development, adds another layer of complexity to PNG's already volatile security environment. China, with its growing economic and military might, has made significant inroads into the Pacific, offering loans, investments and infrastructure projects to developing nations. In Papua New Guinea, Chinese companies have secured lucrative contracts in mining, logging and construction, raising concerns about debt-trap diplomacy and potential environmental degradation. China's growing presence has not gone unnoticed by the United States and Australia, which view the region as crucial to their strategic interests. Australia, PNG's former colonial ruler and largest aid donor, has expressed concerns about China's influence, particularly in the wake of a security agreement signed between China and the Solomon Islands. The United States, under President Biden, has also sought to re-engage with the Pacific, promising greater economic and diplomatic support to counter China's growing assertiveness. This geopolitical tug-of-war, while ostensibly about promoting development and security, risks exacerbating existing tensions within Papua New Guinea. The influx of foreign aid and investment, if not managed transparently and equitably, could fuel corruption, exacerbate inequality, and further destabilize the country. Moreover, the presence of foreign actors, each with their own agendas, could complicate efforts to address the root causes of violence and promote lasting peace.